Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We're going to be doing a demonstration this evening on the front and rear blackout cloth. This is a blackout cloth we use for our Signature 17 customized screen paint. And this is a screen paint. Signature 17 is a screen paint that we developed. It's a kind of a black invisible technology, a little different from the other stuff we're working on right now. This was developed so we could have our own form of screens, such as these blackout cloth materials that are already pre-coated. I actually have a big one right here. This is my 150 inch, well, not 150 inch. The screen blackout cloths come up to 150 inch. That's the biggest we make them. But this one is actually at 148 right there. I'm using my ultra short though for that one. Now this one isn't rear projection because there is the way we did the coating. If you do it on rear, you would get these little spots that would pop here and there. It only works on front projection only. It depends on how you make the formula, or how we had to make the formula. This one was a little different to do and easier to do. Lord blessed us to figure a way how to get it done. This is actually front and rear. Now, we suggest that when you use this material, as I said before, it's already pre-coated. You don't have to do any painting to take it out of the box. You stick it to your frame, as in the big one I have here. The only difference, like I said, this one's only rear only. This one's actually front and rear. I have my Sony Ultra Short Throw projector in the back of that. And then over here we have the Christie projector for the front demonstration. So we're going to show off exactly both parts of the screens. Now, we do strongly advise, if you don't want that lamp glare pushing through, nailing your loved ones in the face, we suggest if you are going to use it for rear projection, that you use an ultra short throw projector because that eliminates the lamp glare. All right, let's start off. We have the front projection, as you can see. Sorry about the lines in the screen. It's the best way I can hang it up. I will be building the screen out of this pretty soon. I just have to have the driver go down to Home Depot and pick me up enough wood to build a 120 inch screen. So I'm going to build the official size screen. Where I'm going to put it at, don't even know. All right, so as you can see, there's the front projection pulling up with no problem. And as you can see, I got my kitchen on the other end, which has a lot of light in there, window light pushing through. So that's not an issue at all. The other ones, like the ones we have here, these you cannot use if you have window light behind them because it will wash out the screen. But like I said, different formula. So this will be applied to all the screens now from here on in until things change over in November and December, around that area. All right, so what we're going to do is we got my remote control, my Sony over here. We're going to put it in blank mode. There we go. And now we're going to fire up the projector we have in front of us, which is the Christie. And that one is on standby mode. That's what happens if you don't use the fire sticks. They go to sleep. And then they shut off. All right. So let's get that one to fire up. Here she plays nice with me today. Pretty sure we have, no, that's the one for that one. Oh, my fault. Wrong remote control. That's the one for the next one. I'm gonna grab that one. This should be it. Yeah, there it is. So as I said before, I've hinted a few times in our demonstrations that we have some very serious changes coming up in November, through November and December and January for the company. So, all right. Now we're on the front projection. Like I said, this is fantastic for customers who do not want to paint on their wall. For customers who basically don't want to buy a fixed frame, which I didn't want to do, and I built the 150 inch for myself over here, 147, around there. You can use this with projectors of 1,000 lumens. So if you got a 1,500 lumen sunbeam projector by LG or 1,200, you can stick that behind the back of the screen. Long as it's a name brand projector, we only support name brands only. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. 4K demonstrations. Now I suggest if you're going to be using this for rear projection, have it someplace where, like I said, windows are not going to affect it too much, but just have it somewhere where you're not going to have windows behind the back of your screen. I don't even know why you would have windows behind the back of your screen. Well, unless you're using the technology we use, the Nova technology, then you're going to have windows behind the back of your screen. It doesn't make a difference what you have in front of it. But like I said, for this rear projection, because sound is designed to travel through it, and it is going to be a bit more transparent, I would suggest if you're going to set this up, have it near a wall so you don't have any light hitting the back of the screen. And like I said, as you put your speakers behind the back of it, now you can stick your projector behind the back of it. Like I said, my customers love this because, as I said before, there is no painting. All they have to do is just build the frame, attach it to the frame, and you're done. Now, you can use the rear projection, sorry, you can use an ultra short throw for front and rear if you want. Doesn't have to be a particular, projector for just ultra short throw. It's ultra short throw only. I mean, you can use it with long throw if you want to put it in the back of the screen. But as I said before, you're going to get that blinding lamp glare pushing through. So best suggestion is you use an ultra short throw if you're going to be using it on the back of the screen. 4K exotic fish relaxing. I'm just firing up the big boy projector or the big boy screen. This is the 148 inch. Okay, I want to make sure we get these remote controls correct over here. All right, we'll grab this one right here. Why I screwed through this one over here. Tripping over stuff behind me. Cables and cords. So here we have it on. This is what it looks like when it's all stretched out and it's over your frame. This is, like I said, my 140, I think it's a 47, 48, around that size. And as you can see, you can use it in a fully lit environment. You don't have to worry about your screen washing out or fading. You don't have to worry about being in the dark. You don't have to worry about using expensive projectors. Projectors I have in there are very cheap. I bought them all off eBay for pretty much next to nothing. That projector right there is the cheapest. That one cost me $59. That is it. And as you can see, using this in a fully lit environment with no problem. So like I said, the difference between the formula we have on this screen is the fact that it is front and rear. The big one I'm using right now is only front projection. If you're going to be using this for rear projection, keep in mind, I would go with ultra short throws only. If you're going to be using it for the front, you can use it with ultra short throw or long throw. It's up to you. That's just the reason why I make that suggestion, is because it cuts down on the lamp glare that you're going to receive from the projector. And this screen right here that I'm using right here is 120 inch 16:9. That's what I'm using right now. Like I said, peace of mind to be able to use this screen in a fully lit environment without being trapped in the dark. That goes a long way. This is what true ambient light rejection technology is supposed to act and respond. I said, even with the ultra short through the big screen, I'm supposed to be able to lean all the way over and still see my screen. Supposed to pick up nice and bright in a fully lit environment. And this is why I say that I have people email me and text me and call me and say, I've never seen, I'm not bragging, it's true. I've never seen demonstrations done on your level, not even with the big companies. They don't do this. Said I would give you free screen paint for a year. Any product you want, anything we design for a whole full year for free. If you could show me one demonstration of one company displaying their screens in this much light and using the caliber projectors that we use. You know, they use ambient light controlled environments to make the screen look good, and they find the most expensive, most high-tech projector they can use that does all the work. Technology here does the work. And that front and rear is looking fantastic. Rear projection would be nice outside. I'll tell you why. Because I like rear projection. I'm going to use ultra short throw. If I have a lot of friends over and I'm set up a movie theater setup, I'm going to use ultra short throw, or I'm going to use rear projection. The problem you have with long throw is you're going to have it up on a really huge stand, so it doesn't hit the back of someone's head when they get up or walk around. That doesn't happen. Or you're going to have to use, some people have them up on a tall stand or a pike or whatever they have it hit stand high, so if someone gets up or they walk around, their body's not cast onto the screen. And some people have it and sit in the middle of the aisle or something like that. You know, we got kids running around. You got a projector sitting in the middle of the aisle. You're on the risk of them tripping over a cord and taking your projector with it. Some people like the rear projection because you can have a projector behind it, have it against the wall, have it in its own safety zone. You don't have to worry about anybody messing or tripping over the projector or none of that nonsense or spilling anything on it. You know, stuff happens at barbecues. That's something you don't have to go through. And then having ultra short though in the front, it's less of a risk of somebody, like I said. If you got that area tapered off right there, okay, this is the area where the projector's at, no one's supposed to go past that point, your equipment's protected. A lot of people don't realize that when you set up an outside projection screen and you have to do that at a distance, yeah, you're going to have to stick that projector up on a high enough stand so it basically doesn't hit anybody when it's coming down, you know, hit that screen. And you probably are going to have to get, depending on how far back it goes back, you're probably going to have to get that extended throw lens to do it. If not, when that projector shoots off, it's going to hit everything. And I mean literally everything. You can zoom in as much as you want. It's going to hit everything. You need an extended lens. It's going to give you a narrower shot. Boom, right to the screen and fill it out. So it's a lot of stuff that goes on if you want to do a backyard setup. My setup I did outside for the 180-inch on the Sony VPL FH30, I had to be 21 feet back. That means no one could walk within that area of that 21 feet of where that projector was shooting that image at, or that would show up on the screen. See? Now, if I had stuck it on, I don't know, 8 foot, 9 foot, which has to be pretty high up, and then I used the lens shifting to bring the projector down so it would fit, then I could do that. If you notice, the projector that I have set up in the tech room sits almost near to the top of the ceiling, but it has an advanced lens shift that will allow me to be able to push it from the ceiling all the way down to the screen. That's another thing you're going to have to do too. You're going to have to get a projector with an advanced lens shift, because some lens shift do not go all the way down. They go to a certain degree, that's it. You need something where if it hits the top of the ceiling, you can bring it all the way down to the floor and bring it all the way back up. That's when you have to get into the venues. Venues do that. The big boys, the ones I got in Christie. I'll show you a demonstration on that today, on how I can take that image and I can put it all the way up on my ceiling, pass the screen and put it right down on the floor and bring it right back up where the other projectors can't do it. See? So a lot of people don't think about that when you're doing an outside setup. Usually what they'll do is they'll have the projector sitting in the middle of the aisle, and they'll have people sitting here, or they'll have people sitting there. But yeah, if you want to do a 180-inch screen, your projector got to go back. 150 inches, gotta go back. And then you can bring in Bluetooth equipment. There is Bluetooth equipment that you can attach to your projector. Get a thumb drive and plug that in and actually run it back and forth. But you're still gonna have to run it through power. Unless you get a battery pack, you can run that independently by itself, but it depends on how many hours you're gonna get out of a battery pack, because projectors are pretty powerful. So it's a whole little different ball game when you're doing them outside. So that's why I'd rather have the rear with the short throw, or how mine's set up outside my area. We'll keep mine here by myself. So I got a certain area where I sit down and I can watch my movies. I'm okay. But if I had somebody over, that's gonna be a bit of a problem, because where they gotta sit, they're gonna hit the back of my projector. Unless I get an ultra short throw out there, and I'm good. Which I'm probably planning to do, probably in a little while. Get a nice high-tech ultra short throw, only 720p, and stick that up front. So if I have friends come over, they can basically sit around on my sofa outside and watch the screen. I gotta call them back. I don't know why. I'm home, literally. When I'm working on my computer, working upstairs, I'm updating the website, I'm free. Anyone can call me around that time. My friends, I contact them, so they come around the time. The minute I jump online, all my people want to call me. And I'm about to jump on VR in a few minutes too, because I haven't been on that in a day or so. I have to go in the chat room and talk. But yeah. So a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, if you set one of these up, you set a screen up outside, depending on the size of your screen and the distance of how far your projector is, it's going to have to raise that projector up so you don't hit anybody. And the higher you raise the projector, it's going to have the ability to be able to shift the image into that position. And not all projectors have that capability. You're talking about a very expensive projector to do that. Advanced lens shift. Christie 505s have that capability. All right, let's get back over here, because I can go all day long on this, man. I like to go to those forum sites. I got a few people that I'm talking to right now in VR chat, and two of them actually work over in Hollywood studios, and they do a lot of that projecting stuff like that. And we've gotten into some really interesting conversations. We meet some pretty interesting people now. So, you know. All right, so let's take this and put this in out of blank mode. We gotta get a little closer to that. I guess we gotta get a little closer to that. Are we out of blank mode? Wait. I forgot. We got the big boy on. We gotta take this one off. This one doesn't have blank mode. All right, there we go. Cover that up. Now we can see what the other projector. We have two projectors running. Actually three. At the same time. Now this is the rear projection cutting on. Now once I get it all stretched out and around the frame, the rear projection is going to look much better than what you're looking at right now. It's going to be a lot more crisp and clean. But as you can see, it's pulling up with no problem whatsoever, even despite the fact that my kitchen has two large windows behind the back of it and a sliding glass door. So you can see my kitchen window right there. Sounds like I'm in a tropical rainforest right now. Let's see. We have this one for that one. So make sure I don't get these mixed up. What's this one for? Oh, that's for that one. And where is the one for this one? It should be three. We should have three of them. I have 3 rolls and 4 rolls. I'm going to play around. Let's see. I have one thing here in the kitchen. And the kitchen. "4K Birds," YouTube. No. 4K Birds. How do you get that from that? The sunshine. We'll get this nice and stretched out. There you go, get up close so you can see. It's clean. Just has to be stretched out. That's all, but it's clean. If we get some if we get some good weather, if it warms down a bit, no, I forgot, I can't be outside because it just rained. Literally, there are rules and stuff people understand I have to follow, or I get jacked up at the end of the day and I end up in a red flashing truck. Certain times of the day I can't be out. And when it rains, that's a no-no. Especially in the fog. Alright. Let me see. Which is which now? I got one of these remote controls marked. There we go, that's the one over there on the big screen. Let's come out of the big screen right there. I love this giant screen, you have no idea. I still haven't gamed on it yet. Haven't gamed on this screen yet. I still can't get over that $59 projector. When I go to forum sites, and we're on there talking about their magnificent setups. I said magnificent setups. And the first thing I'll see on that big old screen they'll have set up, amazing projector. I'll see either a silver, a white, or a gray screen up there. And they'll have the lights on, but the screen will be completely washed out. You'll see just little bits and pieces of the screen, but all that'll be just completely washed out. And then they'll turn out the lights, and then you'll see the screen at a certain degree. And then I'll show them this demonstration right here, and I'll show them my projector, and they'll be like, what the freak? Their projector, what that thing cost, could dance circles around mine easily. And yet, I can get this image, and they can't. And their projector costs way more than mine. And I can do that easily. And then look at the rear. So I think on Saturday, look at that. I think on Saturday, I'm going to go have the driver go down and pick me up some wood so we can stretch this out. It's going to be a pretty big screen. It's going to be a 120 inch screen. That's a pretty good sized screen. I got a 126 in the window. And that thing is huge. Now, getting back to that front and rear surface, if you want to use an ultra short throw for the front, you can. You can use an ultra short throw for the back. As you can see, we just advise you to use an ultra short throw because you don't get the blinding lamp glare coming off the projector. 4,000, 3,000, even 2,000 lumens. It's going to push to that screen. You're going to see this blinding glare hitting you in the face. So basically, it works better if you use it with a projector of an ultra short throw. So ultra short throws, the lamp powers on, hits a mirror. As you can see, there's a mirror in there. Hits a mirror, reflects off the mirror, and hits back up on the screen. I learned about that and using those ultra short throws when it comes to glass or advertising, all that. Like I said, I got a chance to work with this one company, and we're doing remote control access to our computers, and they were giving me a layout of the blueprints, and I noticed that they had all ultra short throws lined across the floor on these big windows that they had in this storeroom. So I asked him some questions. Why are you using ultra short throws? He said because they don't give off a lamp glare. I learned something new that day. And even when I tested the front and rear with different forms of projectors, yeah, the problem is, yeah, the lamp glare, if sound can travel through it, yeah, the other end, yeah, it'll push right through. So we had the ultra short those work better if you're going to do it for rear projection. If you're going to do it for front projection, knock yourself out. I'm doing it right now. And we're going to put that in some instructions. We're going to put that in some instructions so people can read through the instructions and know what's what. You know what I mean? You also too, please, when you display up these screens, the only side that's coded is the black side of the screen. And at that, they're borderless. Forgot to add that. I forget to add stuff in there. Because they're borderless. You're not going to put a border around a screen that's already black. Now see how I have the door opened up here? This has nothing to do with what's going on in the next room at all. Nothing. There's no way in the world this light from here is ever going to make it over there. That's virtually impossible. If I turn the lights on in here, some of it may hit there. It's not going to make any impact there. What's going to make impact in there is that light right there and the light in the kitchen that's actually pushing against the back of the screen. That's going to make the impact. That's why if I'm going to do a demonstration and I'm going to show door light, ambient light, I'm going to stick a screen right there or either in the door. We got something going on over at the other chair. What's wrong? We got a commercial popping off over there. Which one is this one? All right, that's that one. All right, make sure that one's that one. This one is got to be the screen in the next room, or it's this one. Yep, that's that one. All right. Got a commercial. You know how you watch YouTube, these little commercials that pop up in the middle out of nowhere? It's talking about random crazy stuff. Yeah, that one. I have like 3 remote controls in the house. I'll lose one of them. Okay, here we go. All right, that pulse is that one. Okay, cool. Get these mixed up. I got the other one marked. All right, let's have a little fun here. Philips 4K demonstration. Which one we want to do? I like this one right here. I do like this one. That's a beautiful one to look at, ain't it? That's gorgeous. Philips 4K demonstration. Now see if we can get them both at the same time back. Boom! I love this. I love the synchronized. This is how your screen's supposed to react. So when they see me on Facebook, when I walk around the house, I say, yeah, when you walk around the house, you're supposed to be in a fully lit environment and all your screens are supposed to activate. That's the way it's supposed to be. So if I come around the corner, I should be able to walk past the screen, sit in 190-degree viewing angle. I should be able to pass here and pick up this screen from here with no problem. Walk all the way around, come back around, pick up this screen, pick up this screen. No matter where I turn, that screen is supposed to pick up. And the environment is supposed to be well lit at all times. Never understand this ambient light controlled environment nonsense. So let me get this straight. You get a projector. First thing you're going to have to do is worrying about calibrating your projector and then darkening your environment. That sound like something you want to do? Some people don't like that when I say that. These are the same people that are sitting in the dark trying to figure out where the coffee table's at. How is it daytime and the inside of your house look like it's night? Let me pull this back a little bit. I want to be able to get my lamp, both projectors at the same time. So you see how powerful Signature 17s are? And mine, this is the same screen I have in the Japanese tea room that I can get up in the morning, open up my curtains, and I can watch fish or whatever I want with light making direct contact to the screen at all times. Like I said, no calibration needed. So you got to calibrate. No, you got to calibrate. I don't have to calibrate. I can sit there and take any sample sheet, any certified screen, stick it against my screen, and I can show you multiple colors. Their screens will wash out. They got to calibrate. We don't calibrate. Calibration is a must. Yeah, for you it is, not for me. I don't calibrate. You can't get your colors right because your screen can't see color. That's why you got to calibrate. Your screen cannot see color. All right, we're done here. I got much to do. I got a few projects I'm working on right now, and we're working on that. Nova's got invisible, deep, dark. We call it dark invisible or invisible darks. The Nova 17. Yeah, we're gonna make it a series of dark invisible screens. It's gonna be freaking cool. I can't wait to start working on that next. Well, actually, we do have one. We have one in the next room, in the kitchen. We showed off a little bit of it. Not a big demonstration, but we showed off a little bit of it. Outer space screensavers, my personal favorite, real quick. These are my personal favorites. I like the dark ones because contrast has an extremely difficult time pulling up on a screen in a fully lit environment, especially Starfield. Outer space 4K demonstrations, screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is why we got the companies interested in buying us out. Because we can do this. It's no problem. And we can do it on cheap old projectors. And you know, they're using it on high-end, high-tech projectors. Do you have any idea what this stuff would look like if this stuff got hit with an 8K projector? It looks like this on 720p. Projector I'm using in the next room is an SVGA projector at 800 by 600. That is my main projector that I use all the time. Not for show, my main projector. Do you have any idea what this stuff would look like? I said if you hit this with a 4K or 8K projector. The caliber of it would be insane. That's how they're thinking. That's exactly how they're thinking. This guy's sitting here in his home doing this in a fully lit environment and outside on projectors that are basically crap and nobody else wants on eBay. What's it going to look like when we hit it with our projectors? I think I said too much. You have to excuse me sometimes. I get a little bit overzealous and I have a habit of saying too much. I got to learn to keep my mouth quiet about certain things. All right, people, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you for your time. The front and rear technology, that new formula coating, will automatically go into effect as of today. When those screens are ordered, when anyone places an order for our Signature 17 acoustic blackout cloth, it will already be applied to it. All right, thank you for your time. I got to go, and God bless.